Howdy, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator, where today we're going to be cleaning the fire truck. Denver Drill messages saying, FA, we're currently down at Oakwood Falls, about to risk life and limb because someone thinks they saw the mayor's cat licking its paw under the waterfall. It's got to stop, and I've had a brainwave. Bring the old truck out from the garage, give it a cleanup, and send the recruits out on that wild goose chase whilst the rest of us get on with all the proper jobs. It's hella filthy, but if you could do your thing and make it sparkling, the mayor will never tell the difference. Thanks, pal. So, the added bonus challenge for today is the I Can See Clearly Now challenge, which is to first get all of the windows and the windscreen, which shouldn't be too difficult. I think we can knock that out pretty easily. Oop. Oop. I'm forgetting, how do I, oh there we go. I was pushing the wrong, I had my thing on the wrong key. So I want to be careful not to get the edges of the window because I don't know if those count differently. Ooh, see, like that? Maybe it is all the same. Maybe not. Okay, the window does appear to be including the black trim, which is great news for us, because that makes it a little easier to deal with. Oh, and the wing mirrors, which I believe are these. Yep, okay. So we gotta get all the mirrors, or all the windows and the wing mirrors. And the windscreen, of course. The critical distinction that they made was not to get the windshield wipers, which are separate from the windscreen. So we're going to be careful to get all the windows first, starting with this one. Oh man, I'm a little wobbly today. It's been a minute for sure. Okay. Forgot to rotate. My bad. Gonna knock this one out pretty quick, I hope. So we got all those done. I'm really nervous about the windshield wipers, so we'll go ahead and get the mirror next. Nervous enough to switch to my very narrow nozzle so I don't accidentally get anything else. Then after this, I reckon we'll just plow on through. Looks like we got that from both sides. Okay, wing mirror done. Excellent, excellent. It's kind of exciting. It's actually been a minute since I've had the opportunity to play the game, so kind of glad to be getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully I didn't get too rusty, pun not intended. Wing mirrors are done. Now I believe it's just the windscreen. Just gotta be careful not to get those windshield wipers. So if we get those, it's all over. I wonder how generous they are with the windscreen. It looks like it's pretty close to done. As long as it doesn't make me do anything. Where are the windscreen wiper? Yeah, I haven't even touched those. So as long, is it gonna make me get in between there? Ooh, scared me. Okay, the achievement popped. Now we can get on to business properly, which I think we're gonna start by cleaning the top, since that's my preferred way to do things. What's that say? Police rules, fired rules. Now, boys, no arguing. All emergency services are equally important. They risk life and limb, you know. This is another example of a level that's really done well as far as making things bright and shiny underneath, because look at the difference between this dingy dirt and the actual like fire truck proper. Everything's so white and crisp and shiny. Just want to make sure we get it all because we don't want to come back up here and have to deal with it. Number 14. That's how many days there are in 2 weeks, don't you know? Hope y'all are having a good day. That reminds me, we did hit, this is going to be the 16th video, so we did manage to get the first 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of January. It's really what my desire was to be able to continue this for so long, so I'm glad that I'm finding the time to do it and not making excuses. This is going to be a good year. I can feel it in my bones. We also got some subscribers from using the YouTube short system, which is also nice. I am grateful to be supported. I think the YouTube short will help with, I do want to continue doing those. Just kind of picking out like a highlight or so from the videos that I release that way. You know, since they're like 2 hours long sometimes, somebody can, rather than look at the 2 hour long video and say, ah, not for me, they can watch the short and say, oh, okay, I kind of see what this is about then. I will not stoop to the level of other YouTube short creators. From what I've learned, scrolling through the shorts myself, there are a lot of people that like to use some pretty wild things persuasively. Mostly the people that are like, hey, if you use this sound, you'll get so many views. I'm not sure how the system works. You know, there's a theory that the cat's not really missing. Go on. Is that all you had to say? That the mayor's using it as a distraction, so no one notices all that pipeline stuff. Well, it worked. This is the first time I'm hearing about all that pipeline stuff. Do tell. But anyway, I noticed they like, hey, if you use this sound, you're guaranteed to get 1 million views. Or hey, if you use this sound, you'll get commented on by someone with 1 million subscribers or something crazy like that. I don't know how the system works, but I'm not entirely sure that the sound is what does it. Because they would cite like, look, this guy usually gets 200 views, and this time he got 2,000 views or whatever. Well, my short, I don't think had all that going on for it, and it got like 1,000 views. I think shorts are just a good way to get your video out there in general because people go through them so quick. The other thing I see a lot of that really gets under my skin is like the people who are like, oh, I'm such a small YouTube creator and it really hurts my feelings that I put so much effort into my video but no one looks at it. Or, oh man, the other one. I just want to know what it's like to be famous. Can you like this video just so I can experience that? Don't support that. I'm not saying you have to support me instead, but don't fall for that. That stuff's crazy. I was watching like, this is kind of also why I wanted to go against the system and just kind of make these dumb videos. I don't know if they're dumb necessarily, but kind of the opposite of what the algorithm promotes. You know, longer form content, not necessarily exciting content. I feel like I've been talking about this quite a bit. But it is what's on my mind just because of how fresh it is to have subscribers and things like that, because there weren't any. Until like one weekend I got 1 subscriber and that's nice, and then like the next week I have 2 subscribers, which is nice, and hey, if we're growing exponentially, that's cool too. But I feel like the goal should not necessarily be to get subscribers, but to find the people that believe in your content. Because ultimately I think that's what's going to be the most satisfying. But I think I was digressing because the first thing that was coming to mind was this video I saw that was telling me how to grow your channel, and it was using like these tactics where, yes, I believe it works. I do believe it works, but it feels so dirty to listen to it. And like, I get that that's what you're trying to do, is grow your channel. And I get that the tactic works, and I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with using persuasion, right? Like getting into people's emotions, because that's how you get great films. That's how you get art. You're tapping into something primal. But these videos where people are like, this video was like, the guy was like, you might want to, like, how to title your videos is what it was. And he was like, figure out what emotion you're trying to tap into, whether it's fear of missing out, or like fear in general and all this like negative stuff. Curiosity is one thing. Okay, curiosity I get. But fear is such a crazy thing to be promoting. Figure out how to tap into people's fear and title your video in such a way that they experience that and they have to watch. What are you talking about? That's wild. That's such a negative energy. I don't know, dude. I get it. You want to grow your channel. And fear is probably an efficient way to do that. Manipulating people's emotions is a great way. Now, I'm not endorsing it, but it is a great way to accomplish your goals. But it's also like, just rubs me the wrong way. And I think about like all the people who are making these small channels and they're wondering how they can grow. And I'm not saying they have to have the exact same ideas as I do regarding the creation of a YouTube channel. It is a business for some people. In fact, for most people probably. But it is, I mean, most people's probably not accurate. There are probably people that just upload for funsies. I'm kind of like a hybrid where I would like to not have to go back to the dark place every day for a paycheck, but hey, you know, is what it is. At the same time, I don't know, it's just weird to me. I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't know, that's crazy. Especially for like video game channels. It wasn't specific to video game channels, but I mean, it just reminds me of like the tactics that the news channels use, where they're getting everybody all riled up and scared over whatever it is they're getting everyone all riled up and scared for, because fear does get views. It's like statistically better than good news and stuff like that. And of course in stories you want bad things to happen, right, to your characters. If only good things happen. Like, I get it. I get the emotional like need for growth, and but something tells me that this tapping into fear is not intrinsically a good thing. I mean, look at our landscape. I don't want to get too heavy, but I mean, maybe I won't go too far into that topic specifically. But if there's no bright side to the fear, if all you're doing is leveraging fear consistently, then what are we accomplishing? If that's your main source, is like, oh, I make titles to instill fear into people. All right. Are you sure that's what you want to? Like Halloween, okay, we're doing spooky stuff. We're instilling a temporary sort of fear, like a consensual, understandable fear. I get that. Hey bud, do you know if the mayor's cat's still missing? I'm up at the volcano and I think I see him on the outer rim. I'm going in for a closer look. Alright, Calvin Miller. The volcanologist, don't you know? I don't know, I feel like fear has a time and a place. I feel like using that in YouTube titles is pretty wild. Especially as a hobby. I don't know. I don't know if it's intrinsically a bad thing. It just rubbed me the wrong way. The way he was like so enthusiastically like, oh yeah, just cause fear. And it could just be the knee-jerk reaction, right? Maybe there is an application that's not intrinsically a bad thing. Wait a minute. Truck. Okay, I could probably just get away with hosing down the rest of the truck, eh? Oh, immediately got the warning light. Cool. feel like I'm harping too much on that, but that was just something I noticed. That's why I feel like personally I kind of want to go against the system, even though I know it's patently not as successful. I'd like to do what I can to just offer some resistance to that. Offer some resistance to the need to manipulate manipulate my way to relevancy. I would like to believe there's a place in the world for just not that sort of stuff. Maybe I'm just a loser for thinking so, but that did surprise me. Anyway, yes, we are almost halfway through already, which is great news. Since I may have time to record some more before I go to sleep. The overtime has been a little wild. And I've gotten myself into a position where it's kind of striking because it's unexpected overtime. It's not like scheduled overtime. It's like, oh, somebody called off, guess you're stuck here until further notice. Kind of overtime, which isn't ideal, shall we say. It's really put a damper on my ability to record. Luckily, the timing has worked out pretty well because this video and the next one are vehicle videos, which tend not to be quite so long. And that's good. Although this one is rather rusty. Strange it won't let me climb the steps. I'll get it clean though, you can't stop me from that, fellas. I am curious as to how they got dirt on the bottom of the stairs. This is also an example of all the hose isn't done. Of just like rust, all this metal stuff. Look at this. Hose is like crazy. There we go. That looks clean, but then you see all the rust texture and you realize that it's not quite as clean as you would have hoped. Even the handlebar itself is kind of rusty. Yeah. Are you going about this handle? Is it clean? Not really cooperating with me here. Showing me the stairs. I'm looking at the... Okay, the handle's clean. The lights are clean. Let's step back here. Might just be the truck. Okay. I'm gonna keep track of stuff so I'm not surprised later. But look at this mess here. This is not ideal. About halfway through though, so I guess we'll go over here. I don't know why this side seems any more manageable than the other, but that's where we're at. This is another area where the grime really covers up like the texture of the door. It looks like a pretty flat door, and then you scrape off all the dirt, and it's got that interesting like ribbed texture, so it really does make the whole thing... I didn't even see that hiding down there. I feel like... yeah, I feel like the handle's gonna be a little trickier. A lot of silver on this thing. I guess chrome is a more accurate word. But either way. What? Let me up there, man. It's gonna make me put a ladder on the side of the truck. It's pretty silly. Considering it comes with a ladder on the truck, but hey. Who am I but a simple critiquer? a hater of the fire truck, as it were. Can I put this on the back? The back, I'm pretty sure, is mostly done. So hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. Hey Doc, we have a lovely little job for you at the house when you're free. No weird stuff, promise. Alright, Aura Smith. And Jenny Pebbles. It's definitely Ulysses. I can see his funny leg. Oh, it was down there. I don't know why. Why would a cat hang 10 feet from a lava flow, though? I don't know, dude. Cats are kind of like that. I have to consider that when I'm considering the... I guess it's like the world's best log fire. Yeah, are cats into log fires? Okay, fine. Don't answer me. I think this whole thing is a control panel. Yeah. Discharge. Crosslay. Crosslay. I don't know what any of that means. Tank fill. I know what that means. That's where you fill the tank. Don't know what any of this is. Is there a company that builds fire trucks? How do they stay in business? Surely at some point you have built all the fire. I would think that about the automobile business in general, though. Like, I realize that there are a lot of people that just buy cars every year, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine that that's the majority of people. Eventually, I would say most people probably have a car, right? It's like a mattress store in that sense. Eventually, everyone in the area has got to have a mattress. And eventually, you've got to assume that... Oh my gosh, look at the rust. This is the level, by the way, that I had in mind when I was complaining about all the rust. I was like, I hate how much rust there is in this game. So on the one hand, I get it, and on the other hand, I'm like, bro, just let me sweep my nozzle back and forth in a satisfying manner, okay? Look at this. That's all I want. I don't want to play peekaboo with things I can barely see. It's not all the time. But hey, at least it's coming together pretty nicely. It's looking very good. Very shiny. Something primal about how shiny it is, where you just look at it and you're like, ooh, how shiny. Other handle. Oh, I didn't get the tire. How silly of me. I should get that while I'm here. Tire with a Y, actually. And the wheel. See, there's just so much tough stuff. Look at that. That's crazy. It almost feels like everything should kind of be a step up. Like, I feel like this should be as powerful at least as the red nozzle, and then I don't know what the red nozzle should do that's different. Other than be precision. It's like they want me to scrub this entire truck with a red nozzle, and that just ain't happening, buddy. Look at the size of this thing. About 70% complete. Got some more metal to deal with here, so we'll go ahead and slowly go around the rims. Only 4 tires to deal with. I think this one's pretty much. Just get the treads and we're good to rock and roll, huh? There we are. Yep, under this edge. Pretty sure I went over some of the stuff, but what can you do? That stuff is pretty potent that even on the extension with the yellow nozzle it's not coming off. Okay, door's done. Maybe that's why they make it so generous with the size. Because they figure you're going to run into situations where there's like a lot of tough dirt, so they want it to clear for you after a certain point so you don't get tired of it. Maybe. Kind of hard also to determine. That's why I'm kind of tapping the green, how fast it's actually eroding the dirt, because like right there I would have expected it to get all of that and it doesn't. Alright, practically have one side of the fire truck done. Those are all headlights? That's pretty wild. Of course it's made of metal, so I imagine I'm going to be scrubbing the entire thing. Bumper's taking a while to come clean too. See, like yellow still gets it, but you gotta go super slow. It's also hard to determine how much of this constitutes as the bumper, actually. I guess there's quite a bit on the top that I'm neglecting in favor of getting along the sides. That's okay, we'll get this rust off of there lickety-split. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It seems someone is trying to get my attention. One moment, please. Alright, we are back. I think. Alright, this grill's coming surprisingly clean, surprisingly quick. I tried to combine quick and clean. Oh my gosh, my enunciation is all over the place. Okay, I'm within a whisker of Ulysses now. We're up on this outcrop, and Mount Rushless is rumbling more than ever. Get him. Save him, Calvin Miller. It's always been a dog man, and now I've always been a dog man, and now I know why. Yeah, I hate when my cat goes to the local volcano to just chill. That's truly the worst experience. Get these freaking windshield wipers clean, bud. Clean them up. That's one. There we are. Ah, we missed part of the roof. Alright, Mr. Foglight, I'm gonna have to ask you to clean yourself up, please. Thank you. And you, thank you. Emergency lights pop, that's good. Okay. Clean up a little of this area, clean up a little of that area. I think the grill is done, which includes the lights, which is great news for me, because I was not a fan. Anyhow. Now we could just go about getting the bulk of it. I think the rest of it's mostly good stuff. Might just see about trying to get the entire body first, and then cleaning up whatever metal bits still have rust. Just as a means of maintaining my sanity. It's a lot of dirt and grime. Door's done. Yeah, we did a pretty good job with that. Now we can get the handles. These tires are really something. The 3 dimensions. Oh, I was about to say, I don't think I can get any lower. Then I realized I was only crouching. I can get in the prone position. I can crawl around on the floor like an animal. Like a beast. I still got one more of those things. That's slightly perturbing. One cursory scan of this thing, just to see how far it'll get me. From the looks of it, the answer is not super far. I don't even think I got halfway. Oh, I got a little over halfway. It just doesn't feel like it, so now we'll go the opposite direction. A little bit more slowly, and see if we can't clean enough to make it ding. No, I don't think so. Really want me to work for it, huh? I don't like working for things, it turns out. Just give me my dings, buddy. Put the dings in the bag. Put the dings in the bag and no one gets hurt. Oh man, please. Please, I'm cleaning as good as I can. Oh shoot, scared me actually. That actually spooked me a little bit. I think this is part of the truck. Okay. That's good, we're 94%. Almost there, fellas. Just gotta believe. Just like that, we're at 96%, 97. Oh, 98, it jumped. That was a surprising amount too. I'm guessing it wants all these handlebars done. And the tires are no joke. Handles, warning lights, and wheels. Look at this last wheel. Alright, warning lights. Not sure where that is. Is that a warning light? It is a warning light. Which one did I miss? This one? Aha! Now we get the handles. Okay, 1, 2. This was a lot easier than I thought it would be, the handles. 3. Probably this one? No. That one? No. Quite peculiar. There's so many handles. Not that one. Nor that one. This one. Job complete. Alright. Got her looking real purty. F.A., you're a legend. That is absolutely pristine. Even the rust's gone. That should get the mayor off our backs for a while, which means we can all get back to doing the jobs we're paid for. Thanks, pal. No problem, Denver Drill. Well, thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow where we will be cleaning up Grandpa Miller's car. Until then, I'll catch you later.